At the beginning of his ministry, Jesus found himself in a very unique and difficult position. On the one hand, in Jerusalem, there was the extreme oppressive power of Rome. There was the righteousness of the law and the violence of the zealots. And Jesus said, no, no, no. This is not where I am going down to Jerusalem. I'm going up to Capharnaum, which is above the country there. And I am announcing the kingdom of God. And the kingdom of God is not dependent on those three things. As we learn later in his ministry, the kingdom of God is love. The kingdom of love. The reign of love is at hand. Underneath all of Jesus' work is a movement toward this wonderful reign of love. If you'd like to say after me, Jesus' reign of love is at hand. Jesus' reign of love is at hand. Now this is a beautiful statement that he makes that liberates the poor and oppressed. So who are the poor and oppressed that were oppressed by these three other entities? Well, it's basically all of us. We realize in ourselves the need of healing and of support and of love. Jesus caring for the poor is an act of compassion that transforms that which is sad and painful into something of value. It reframes their experience of each of us into something that is noble and positive. One doesn't lose oneself, but was able to move out of oneself to be of service and love of others. There's a philosopher by the name of Martin Heidegger who invoked the term care as an overarching concept that permeates the entire meaning of the human condition. Care is the structure that enables us to move out of ourselves and into this kingdom of love. Jesus makes care the course and the height, identity, the reign of love, which is profoundly person-centered. Caring of the reign of love tells us that we must not let the poor be subject to the whims of simply things like market forces. Caring for the poor is a sign of the reign of the heart, and our theme is boasting in the Lord, caring for the poor where Jesus and God is found. The reign of love liberates the poor and oppressed. The reign of love liberates the poor and oppressed. And thirdly, it invites my devotion. Devotion is loving and loyal behavior. I commit myself to the others and to faith in an unforeseeable future. My faith is found in the worth of every person that I encounter. It means being present, expressing that presence and that commitment by giving of myself. In The Art of Loving, Erich Fromm says, giving is the highest expression of potency. In the very act of giving, I experience strength, wealth, and power. This experience of heightened vitality and potency fills me with joy, and I experience myself as overflowing, alive, and hence joyous. It's not just some necessary evil that I have to give of myself. A father who takes his child to the emergency room in the middle of the night is not doing it because he has to. He does it because he wants to. It's who he is, setting himself aside that he might be for the other. Jesus' reign of love invites my devotion. Jesus' reign of love invites my devotion. Jesus is the perfect embodiment of the profound truth of God's reign of love and a wonderfully attractive model. We are children of God, called to be witnesses to this reign of the heart. And I have had personally the privilege of encountering in this parish people who I just know embody this call of the gospel. And actually, I think Pope Francis is one, at least for me, is one who's very open and accepting and wonderful and loving in this way. They strike a bell. My response, my personal response, is a deep yes. I believe that each of us has the ability to live profound, earth-shaking, incredibly consequential lives. This is the call that Jesus gave to the apostles in the gospel. Are we willing to leave the nets of world care in which our lives are tangled and live lives which are beyond the oppressive power, violence, and self-righteousness to Jesus' call to the reign of love?